Probably can go ahead and get tested within 3 days of onset, but don't think I'd do it day 1 or day 2 because it does take a little while for the virus particles to replicate and you to get enough that's will turn positive. Somewhere between days 7 to 10 is, it looks like, where you peak as far as how much viral particles you shed, and so that's the reason for the original 10 days of isolation. We tell people that you need to take vitamin D3, take supplemental zinc, vitamin C. I tell people take a one a day, twice a day. You want to make sure you have all the vitamins you need, stay on a healthy diet. You need to stay home, you need to isolate for a total of 10 days. People probably ought to go ahead and get a pulse oximeter, a little thing to check their oxygen saturation. If their oxygen saturation drops below 90 at rest or below 85 with exertion, they probably need to call their doctor or come to the emergency department and let us evaluate you. We're sending a lot of people home now with oxygen. They come to the emergency department, their oxygen saturation is low, but aside from that, they look pretty good. So we'll send those people home with oxygen. On the other hand, we're seeing a lot of COVID people that come in, that's oxygen is doing okay. They're running 93s, 94s, 95s. But they just have so much fatigue. This Delta variant is really wiping people out more from that fatigue standpoint, a lot of diarrhea. And so these people, even though they have good oxygen saturation, they're getting admitted to the hospital. For the people that come in that are just hypoxic, then they'll get oxygen, they get remdesivir, they get started on dexamethasone, a steroid, supplemental zinc, oxygen if they need it. The people that are dehydrated because of diarrhea will be getting IV fluids. Again, it depends on what's wrong with these people. We watch them, especially the hypoxic folks, go from needing nasal cannula oxygen to needing a face mask. If things get worse, then they end up being put on BiPAP, and the very worst thing is they fail BiPAP and end up being intubated. We're seeing a large number of obese people come in the emergency department with the COVID, and these are the people that, as a rule, are ending up being admitted to the hospital. I'd say probably the average people that get admitted to the hospital have BMIs of 30 or above. I've seen several in the 50s, which is kind of scary. Those people just don't do nearly as well. I think this should be a big wake-up call for our country that maybe we need to seriously look at our diet habits and see if we can get back to a slimmer country.